Ooh, I love the lights.
Lighting is so good.
Yes.
As a YouTuber, you must know that yourself.
I was like, yes, the light above the camera. I love you guys.
That's the best part. Do you have a lot of lights when you film your own videos?
I do. I have at least 2 lights from the side, 1 light from the bottom to light my eyes. There's like a whole process.
What would be your advice for YouTubers just starting out? Like, what do you think is the #1 essential you must have?
I would say a camera that produces a really good sound. Every camera is like that now, so it's not a problem. I used to make my videos in the beginning with eyesight built into my computer. So we don't have those problems anymore. Everyone has a camera, but as long as people can see you and hear you, you're fine.
You're good to go. I have a question for you because I saw something really, really fun that I loved, which is that you had a challenge to date a different person every single month.
Oh my gosh. Well, it's not a challenge. Well, I guess it's an experiment I've created for myself. Where did you see that? I haven't been talking about this yet, and I don't really talk about it in my YouTube videos yet. So it's my book that I'm writing. No, that's okay. We can definitely talk about it. It's a book that I'm writing because I've always been in long-term relationships, and I remember, and then before I became popular on YouTube, I was single for 2 years straight. And when I say single, nobody even held my hand. And I remember, thank you. And I remember, but the worst part was, I woke up one morning and I'm like, how long has it been? I'm like, oh my gosh, it's been 2 years, and I'm not even bothered by that. So, and then I started thinking, like, what is one thing I'll regret if I settle down in the next couple of years? And I'm like, why didn't I date around when I was younger? So I decided. And I remember thinking, well, because I hate dating. I hate the uncomfortable.
I hate dating.
I hate it, right? So you're going to love my book. So I decided, I created this experiment for myself. And then as I was going through it, I'm like, wait a second, this is a good book. And I think it's going to help a lot of females out there. So the experiment was for me to date 9 guys and 1 girl, 1 month each. And I would tell them up front that this is an experiment. If you want to date me, this is how it's going to go.
So 1 girl and 1 guy.
9 guys and 1 girl.
Gotcha. What was the differences between the girl and the guys? Were the girls more thoughtful? Tell us.
The girls the girls are girls. You know what the girls are. They're very, I'll give you one story. When a girl and a guy dating each other, and when I don't feel confident about my face, I hide my face, and I was like, oh, I don't have makeup on, don't look at me today. When 2 girls dating each other, it's the same thing. Both of the girls under the blankets talking to each other, which is really weird. I've never experienced that before, but yes.
So when you were doing this, if you actually really started to like somebody and have feelings for them, you just had to ignore that and say, moving right along?
That did happen to me, and it was very difficult. I remember the hardest part, yes, I had to move on because I'm very committed to my goals and my the parameters I've set up for myself. And the hardest part was dating the next guy, and I think I told the next guy on our first date, I was like, listen, I think I'm in love with somebody else.
You can't say that!
I know, but there's so many rules that were broken in this experiment, and he was such a sweetheart, and he was just trying to have fun, and I was just like, I can't do this.
So you're still in the middle of the experiment now? Like, you're still doing this?
No, I actually finished, and right now I'm writing my book.
Do you think that you're going to go back and try to talk to any of the older people now the experiments, now you're in the writing stage?
I really thought that 1 or 2 guys definitely going to be those people for me. But then after thinking for a while, I think it would be fair to let all of it go and really learn from my experiences and then find a guy without any kind of experiments attached to the relationship.
Well, let's get some quick dating tips for women. Okay, so doing this experiment, where would you find people?
Ooh, many places. You know, it's all about your aura, I've noticed. When I started doing this experiment, like for 2 years when I was single, nobody would even ask me out. And I'm like, why are they not asking me out? Because I was so closed off. I was doing my own thing. I didn't want to date. I wanted to grow my YouTube channel. When I started dating around, you have this aura of, I'm not looking for commitment. I'm having fun. So people just drawn to you. So I've met people at bars, projects, events. I would ask my girlfriends if they have any single friends, and usually I would not do that in the past, but like I changed my ways. I'm like, yeah, this is great. And I've learned that you never know what you can discover about people on a 3rd date.
So is that's the number 3?
I think so. I mean, you kind of know what's going on, but there's like certain things that come out later.
Do you kiss on the first date?
Actually, no. I even tell the guys that I was like, I don't know, I'm just so shy and uncomfortable. And they're like, okay. And then they just surprise me.
I love that.
And I remember my third guy that I was dating, I remember I was so uncomfortable to kiss the guy that I was dating before him. And I was like, you know what? My next guy, it was just like the first time we hang out, I just go for it. And I made the moves and he's like, whoa, stop. He's like, are you sure you want to break our friendship? And I was like, yes. So it was just like this funny moments where you decide to like leap forward and then somebody slows you down.
Now, would you date a fan?
No.
What is it about that? You feel like maybe they put you on a pedestal? Or?
Yeah, I feel like for me, in general, as a woman, I want to learn from my relationships, and I always look for a guy who is such a weird thing to say, but above me, something I can learn from. Like maybe he's smarter than me, or maybe he does something, maybe he's like a business mogul and I'm trying to build a business, so watching him would inspire me to do better. So for me, it's always, I'm very driven, so for me it's always, how can I work harder? And if I date somebody who is working harder than me, then it's automatic, pushes me forward. So I think it's a different dynamic, and if somebody is really, really into me, I just don't think I can be relaxed around that.
Like the balance is off. So when you were working really hard on your business with your video and your content, are there times where you're like, I just have to edit for the next 24 hours?
Yes, it's actually been my whole life for the last so many years. I can't remember how many. But right now I try to balance a lot. So I've developed a new show that is really easy to produce, and it's called
What is it?
Will It Juggle? And I ask my audience what to juggle, and they tell me, and it would be like cakes and iPads and I don't know, knives, and then I just do it, and it's really easy for me to do, and I usually take only 4 days to produce content for the whole month, and then I'm writing my book in between, and I'm running my sock business that has taken a lot of, it's like raising a baby, and...
a baby?
Well, no, I don't have a baby. My sock business is my baby. Yeah.
I was like, when did you get pregnant in the
No,
middle of all this?
I know, right? I can do anything. No, my mom is just like, get a baby, like start having children. I'm like, I have a child, it's my business, like hold on. And so I try to balance now because working, editing specifically for YouTube channels, it could be like a 24/7 project, and so I try to have life.
Yes, so absolutely. Congratulations on everyone. And have you titled your book yet?
No, not yet. So if you have some suggestions, let us know.
Comment below. Thank you so much. Nice to meet you.
Thank you, you too.